Afternoon, Vanita.
You hear my good afternoon, everybody. You can see me and hear my voice in the screen as well.
Yes.
All is right. Yes. Extremely sorry. Somewhat the Zoom workplace got even started, so then I have to do some other thing to make it started. That's why it got delayed. I didn't expect. Let's start with the prayer. Seek the blessing from your God, goddesses, and all your gurus. If you are done, slowly open your eyes. I started the recording. Yes, it's recording as well. Yes. Start. Be careful. Okay, continue with first thing we are going to see with the Gocharam, then followed with the Ketu. Gocharam today we have Shukran in the Rishabha, Surya and the Guru in the Mithuna, Buddhan in the Kadaka, Mangal Ketu in the Simha, and Chandra in the Makara, Rahu in the Kumbha, Shani in the Meena. That's as we having a discussion like where the people who have this Makara Lagna, Makara Rasi, or Makara is the 8th house or 6th house or the 12th house, or you have the Chandra in your Janana Jadagam in the Makara. So these all the peoples when you can check this particular day, you will understand how your emotions are. Is it flushed? It was like going ups and down, or it feels like naturally neutral, or you are went into a saturated state. In number of emotions may come and go. So this is the best day for to retest yourself or understand yourself. Okay. Let's get into the Pancham. Today is the Tritiya, followed by the Chaturthi. Nakshatra Shravana, followed by Dhanishta. Yoga, Preeti, and Aishmana. Weekday is the Ravivara. Paksha is the Krishna Paksha. Karana Vanija, followed by Vishti, followed by Bhava. Okay. Let's get into the Ketu. When we are learning about the Ketu, there are the few things we have to remember all the time. One is malefic, benefic graha. Ketu is a malefic graha or benefic graha? Yes or no? Which one is malefic? Ketu is malefic or benefic?
Malefic. Ketu is malefic.
Malefic, yes. Ketu is the malefic graha. And is the shadow planet or not?
Shadow.
That means it is not a planet exactly when you are praying as the Navagraha. Ketu and Rahu and Ketu considered as the shadow planets. In the term, when you read about Western astrology books, the peoples they mention it as the north node and the south node. Rahu as the north node, Ketu as the south node. So if you are easy to remember, consider the head as your north, tail as your south. So head is your Rahu because Rahu should represent it as the head of that serpent, and the Ketu is the headless body. So we consider the south node, which is the headless body. What is the representation of Ketu? Only one second, there was a noise actually. Okay. Yes, it's closer. So when we are when you are learning about the Ketu, one we understand it is a malefic graha and the shadow planet. The other things we have to remember is that the Ketu will be helpful in the family person's life. What I mean the family person's life. When the person wants to lead a family life, like get married, have produce children, and live a long life, that the Ketu is going to help you. What is that? Anybody saying something? When you categorize into, it is going to help your health or help your wealth or help your relationship. For the Ketu, all things are no. There is no health. It won't help you in your health. It won't help you in your wealth. It won't help you in your relationship. So what it will do? It will make you to let go of everything. Whatever it is in you, it is in your mind, it is in your desire, it is in your thought process, or whatever you may label it, will make you to let go of everything. You may think like, okay, he or she is my life, and you want to be with him or with her for my entire life. If the Ketu had a significant in your life, then it makes you to let go of the relationship. Then goes with the wealth. It goes with the health. Same thing. It will give you number of the health struggles and obstacles in your health related things. Same goes for your wealth. You may have a number of desires, but you are considered as a person who is so knowledgeable and very high wisdom. But is that person is able to earn money from this world? When the Ketu have a significantly in that person's energy. Now let's have an imagination. One person having a high wisdom, the Ketu significance is really high. These two combinations, when it was high, this person may not be able to earn good amount of the money. One or the other way, the Venus have to show its blessing, a guru show its blessing, then only this high wisdom person can able to earn a money or earn a single paisa from this planet. Okay. Now keep that three things in mind. It won't help you in any ways. It's a malefic planet. It is a shadow planet. Then I said all bad things about the Ketu. Then you ask the question, so that when I see the Ketu in the chart, I have to consider Ketu is very bad. No, you do not need to. Keep that this is your base. Consider this information it is your base. Then when you see in the chart, add on the information on top of it. How we are going to add on it? We will see that one by one. Okay. When Ketu is also represents your liberation, your moksha, high wisdom. Guru is a wisdom. See, Buddhan, that is the Mercury, is the knowledge, education, whatever you earned in your life. And Guru goes with the wisdom. But the Ketu gives you the higher wisdom. Higher wisdom means more matured than the Guru's wisdom. Let's have the illusion because Rahu and Ketu, it's known for it. It's another name for the illusion. But what is special about the Ketu? Ketu give you the psychic illusions. What is the difference between these psychic illusions? Rahu also having the psychic illusions. Ketu also have the psychic illusions. Then what is the difference? The one difference is Rahu, when you see the psychic influence means, it's all about the darkness. It's also about the dark host which is relying on this planet. When the Ketu significant person says that I have the psychic illusions, it should be the sum of the higher level god or goddesses or angels, that kind of the higher level elements which is living in this planet or showing, or when it comes and goes, their energy was present. So when the Ketu significant people says, I had a psychic influence means they literally influenced by the god or goddesses or angels, whatever you say, the higher people's energy, higher spirit energies. So that's a two difference. These two difference you understand it. What's the Ragu solutions? What is the Ketu solutions? You may or may not read this kind of the stuff in the book, but this one you will understand when you are reading the chart or when you having lessons from the others. You can easily understand this one point. But I'm really not sure which book it was saying like that. But there is a psychic influence. Both the influence, both the Ragu and Ketu having the psychic illusions and influences. Okay, but the difference is when the Rahu significant people was saying, I saw some kind of the psychic illusions means, then that is a darker energy, it's a low level energy. Okay, they should be move away from that. When the Ketu people says, I had a psychic influence and I know what is that, definitely should be the higher energy, more than the human energy. Okay. So then you may ask the questions, then these Ketu significant people have to go away from that kind of energy level. Obviously, you have to be in your energy only. The human in a scale of 1 to 10, if it is considered human energy is between the 4, 5, and the 6, you have to maintain your energy within this one. You should not go lower your energy, you should not go higher your energy, but you can go with higher your energy, but with the greater precautions, greatest guru guidance, then you can move forward in your life with the greatest energy. But either way, you should be very cautious. Okay. Now, these people are really intelligent. Okay? If they want to achieve anything in their life, they will achieve anything in their life. Now you understand, right? Won't give you the health, wealth, or relationship. But what is it good for? It is good for any achievement in this life, whatever they want to accomplish in their life. They are the first person. They are the first person to self-realize themselves. If you may heard number of the peoples in Hindu culture, Sannyasi says, I got enlightened and I went through I went through the samadhi state. Whatever you may heard about this kind of the words, definitely their Ketu significance is prominent in their chart. Now let's move into Ketu. Ketu is very good. Ketu, when the peoples are reading about the medical astrology, they won't miss the Rahu and Ketu in the chart itself. When the Ketu represents psychic disorders, radiation disease, whatever it is, cancer, surgery, or malpractice, everything comes under the Ketu. Gem is the cat's eye, exaltation, Scorpio, debilitation, Rishabharas. Directional strength, 12th house. We saw that. Okay, the last week, Ketu in the first house. First house already represents the Jataka, it represents the oneself, the image. What kind of a personality the person is? When the Ketu in the first house means definitely they are very much achieving their life. They have a tendency, they have an urge to accomplish in their life. Okay. Now let's see about the Ketu in the second house. Everybody remembers what is the second house represents? Okay, before that, I remember one homework we had. Everybody knows about the nakshatra. Yes, no? Which tithi you born on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which yoga you born on? Which karana you born on? Everything in your hand.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now let's get into the Ketu in the second house. What the second house represents? Anybody have an idea? Ketu in the second house. The first house represents you. Then what will be the second? It's next to you, right? Your family. And the second, in from the body part, it represents, when the first house represents your face, second house represents your mouth, represents your speech. First house represents you means second house represents next to you. What is the next immediate next to you? That is your family. And what is necessary for you to live? It's a food and the nourishment, liquid cash, liquid assets. Everything comes into the second house. We already know about the Ketu. Ketu is having an energy which makes you to let go of everything. It won't make you to resist. Okay, I want this wealth, I want this wealth, I want this, I want that. Ketu have an energy to let go of everything. Even if you have a very strong relationship with one person, Ketu, if the Ketu is significant in your life, it makes you to let go. Okay, that kind of energy it will. Okay, when that kind of a Ketu's energy in your second house means it is the custodian of your great wealth. It makes you to custodian means these people won't touch this another make you to lose all your wealth. They becomes the custodian means whatever the wealth which is they have, they becomes the guardian of that greater wealth. Then you may have the question, Vanita, when the Ketu was having a tendency of let go, how come it becomes the custodian? It's a question will definitely come, right? I have this wealth, but how come this custodian part comes into the picture because the Ketu energy won't come into mix here. Anybody have an idea why? No? Okay. These people have a very critical tendency, or you may have, you can't understand that kind of tendency they have. What they have is, they have the greater wealth. How come they become the custodian of the greater wealth? Consider, imagine a situation. There are the wealth you may acquire from your family, or you yearn and earn more wealth in your life itself. These people have number of questions to spend one penny to others. Even if they want to spend penny for themselves also, if they want to spend one rupee also, they ask number of the questions. Imagine a situation. One situation, this one person is having Ketu in a second house, and he inherited the family wealth. And imagine a situation, this person want to spend, it's 100 crore of properties, and he want to spend 1 crore to others for some reason. And this person won't give you this 1 crore of the money to other people's without the proper evidence, without proper understanding why he want to leave that 1 crore. And if this 1 crore, if he spent, he or she can acquire the triple amount of the money or double amount of the money. Is that the possibility is there? They will find every dimension before they spending the money. Then you ask the question, why this kind of the security kind of a thing? Because these people understand, this is not my money, I inherited, I have this responsibility, and in order to spend one money, I have to justify myself, I have to justify the people who earn this money. They have that kind of the respect. Imagine a situation, one father was give the inheritance to his son. If the Ketu was in a Ketu in a second house, this son definitely protects his father's wealth very well. Then you may say, it's because of his father's wealth, that's why he is protecting. He may not be able to protect his wealth. No. Even he spent 1 rupee from his own earning also. He have that kind of the wisdom in his. He understand why he want to spend. There is no blind spending. Without the reason, he won't make even 1 rupee of the coin come out of from her packet. That's why they become the greater custodian. You may think like, because they have a tendency to let go, why can't they do that? Their tendency of having that wisdom, their tendency of having the responsibility with them. They won't let go of the responsibility. If you ask them, okay, this is my 100 crores, and I am giving this 100 crores with your responsibility, means they will protect you like their own money. When you come back, and if you are right person and you come back and ask them, they will give you the 100 crores without any single word. That kind of the tendency, that kind of the mindset they have, that's why these people are the custodian of the greater wealth. They had a ability to make greater wealth. Then the straightforward speech, and this is the point. Okay, this one point will make them to let go of all kind of the relationship from their life. The Ketu in the second house, and this person can't stop to make the straightforward speech with anybody. They speak whatever it is. It was very, very straightforward. There is no diplomacy here. Even not a single bit of the courtesy will be come into their speech. In the speech can be with anybody. Between the father and the son, mother and the son, or siblings, or to the neighborhood, or to the closest friend, whoever it is, the straightforward speech means straightforward speech. Okay, then what is the problem in it? Sometimes the diplomacy makes a relationship keep going on, but the straightforward speech immediately cut the relationship, even if was number of years, even if it was decades. If one person was not respecting the other person's situation or environment who or she was in, and you make the straightforward speech. And immediately, the moment you speak, that's it. The words come out of the mouth, then you can understand there was an invisible cut between you and him. That kind of the speech the Ketu in the second house people will do. They're tongue twister like lawyer means how the lawyer will see when the one lawyer will argue in the court for one condition and he said it is right. The same kind of the case he going to argue and that he have to prove wrong. The lawyer can prove wrong also. The lawyer can prove right, lawyer can prove wrong, and lawyer can stand in the middle. Whatever he wants to achieve, he can achieve. That kind of the tough communication that you have when the people in the settlement. Whatever they speak, you can't even articulate and you can argue with them. When the second house Ketu, in one's Jatakam, you can't win over by their communication. When you understand the Ketu in the second house, you step back at least one step away. Try not to make a mind to win by their communication. It won't happen. A speech like that, because the Ketu is a higher wisdom. And also the Ketu have one kind of the tendency, accomplishment and achievement. If there is a target and I want to achieve. That is the basic tendency of the Ketu. When the second house, when the Ketu is in the second house, the communication, the speech the Jataka will have, it is really good. When these two combination is combined, if the opposite person was having an argument in n number of points and you have an argument, but when he or she or started, that's it. Whatever the points you have, it will be melted away. That power they have when the Ketu in the second house. Okay, one important thing about this second house, you remember that is the basic education. When we learn about the houses of the education, everybody remember what are the houses of education? Any idea? We did at least 2-3 months before. Houses of
10th, I
education.
think 10th.
Hmm?
10th house.
Give me a second. Okay. Consider
Nice.
one person was born on Tula Lagna. Okay. What is the second house is going to give you? Now we are only thinking about the education. What is the second house will tell you? This is the second
Primary
house, right?
education.
What is it?
Primary education.
Primary education. Awesome. This is about the primary education. Okay, then what is the fourth house and the fifth house will?
Secondary.
Is secondary. In the fifth house, to a higher education. And when you are going for a UG or the PG, then the ninth house will do that. And when you go for the 12th house, is for the foreign studies. Okay. Now we don't need to concentrate on any other thing. We are concentrated only on the second house case. The primary education means just now you enter into like kindergarten studies. Like you enter into LKG or UKG or first standard, second standard. There is a possibility of entering into the school. You may get number of the struggles, or there is a number of knowledge and number of struggles you may have. You may not be able to get that education in the primary level. One or the other way, some reasons will come. Your father and mother will get sick and you are not able to enter into the proper education for the primary level. Or you are moving into one country to another, or natural calamities occur, or COVID situation might come. One or the other way, your primary education will get some kind of the struggle or some kind of the obstacle. So once you cross this primary education stuff, right, then you don't need to worry about it. Okay? The Ketu in the second house, LKG, UKG, obstruction studies, they won't mind us. They won't mind big. That's why they won't. Number of the people won't consider this one as the big hurdle in their life. Okay, an important thing. One, I forgot to tell you this one also. The Ketu was there. There is always a delay. Okay, the delay will be is another name for the Ketu. The delay will be there. But you may think this person was having a higher wisdom and he has an accomplishment tendency, an achievement tendency. But how come he was failed every time? Even though it was denied, even though he or she was failed, but the success is guaranteed. The only progress is it was delayed. Imagine a situation if for that person's capability and ability, he can able to get a success in a year means when they get in the second house, we give you the success, same success in 20 years old. We give you the success in 10 years old. Prolong the days makes you to suffer, makes you to think. And in this prolonged process, like right, your mind will think in such a way that I can let go of everything, even if the even okay now. And I'm searching my cursor. Okay, here it is. Sure. Imagine this person started his, at one point in time, he started his career. He wanted to be succeed in this. And he, based on his ability, based on his knowledge he have, he can achieve that in a 2 years of time. But when the Ketu is in the second house means the success is definitely prolonged and it may take in the time of 5 years or 10 years or 10 years or 20 years. Okay. So if the person was getting the success at the exact time means he won't get the tendency of the let go of mentality. Even if the success in front of him, he will enjoy the success. He have the greedy in his mind. He want to achieve the more success. But imagine a situation, his success was prolonged. And in this, instead of the 2 years, he didn't met his success. And the days was prolonged. He met a number of failures. He met a number of whatever the things just goes on in his mind. He have to manage his 5 years of the time. At this point in time, imagine a situation he didn't met his success. He moved on 10 years, no. And the 20 years of the time he met his success. At this, the prolonged time, his mind in the state like the success is it's not even a matter to him. But is whatever he come across, whatever the experience he had, nothing in this life is happening. Even the number of the success in front of him, he tells that it's nothing for him. That is the thing I said. It's Ketu's energy becomes the let go of energy, makes you to let go. Let go means even if you struggled for a number of years, you have a tendency to let go. Imagine one person have fallen in love with a girl, and if that girl was accepted in 2 years, he had a tendency he will dance in the road itself. But imagine a situation the girl is not accepted, not accepted, not accepted. When the days goes on, to one point in time, even if after the 20 years of time, the girl was accepted means he can't able to achieve that, enjoy that kind of the success. The same goes with the business, same goes with the family life, same goes with everything. So the Ketu is the success is guaranteed for you. Definitely you will going to get success. Whatever you are desired, it will be achieved no matter what. Whatever you desire, it will be set, will be fulfilled. But the question here is when you will get it will become on time or it takes a prolonged time. For the Ketu, it is a prolonged time. The delay is an answer. So that's why when you have this Ketu in the second house, you may get success, but you have to prepare your mind for the delayness. You need to take any steps? No. When you lead in your life, Ketu in the second house will give you all kind of an experience that makes you to think, okay, I will succeed, but it will get delayed. Okay, if there was one situation may come, this is the kind of the returning stones. If the Ketu in the second house combined with the Saturn, then there is a higher possibility they will get the huge gain in the transport industry. Okay, now anyone having the Ketu in the second house? No? Can we move to the third one?
Ma'am, one question. The first point, custodian of great wealth.
Hmm.
Is it his wealth or is it somebody's like a trust fund or an association fund? Will it be like that?
It means mostly is the personal wealth only.
Okay, okay.
But if somebody was asking him, protect my wealth means these are the great peoples to protect the wealth. Because they had a tendency, they don't spend a single money without any necessary. If you don't have a necessity, you don't have a basic needs, they don't give you one rupee note to you also. Because that the tendency they have, it won't makes you to spend the money. That's why they become the custodian of the greater wealth. For them, first thing, it is their wealth. If somebody was going to giving you maintain my wealth, they will maintain very well. Both the things are true. But end of the day, they become the guardian of the great wealth. Because of
Okay.
their tendency, they didn't have the greediness. They didn't have, okay, I want all this money and acquire and I want to enjoy this thing. Okay, why they didn't have that kind of the mentality? Because the Ketu was in a state, it is beyond that kind of the greediness, beyond a state of enjoyment, entertainment. It was exactly opposite to the big Venus. Venus Shukran tendency is even if you spend 1 rupee to him, so Shukran will think, okay, I have 1 rupee in my hand, how I can enjoy myself, how I can entertain myself, and what are the things which makes you to enjoy this life. But when you give the 1 rupee to Ketu didn't have this greediness. Ketu didn't have this kind of entertainment thing in his mind. Even if you ask him to buy clothes, he will buy very, very simple clothes. Imagine a situation when the Chukran was asked, you give 100 crores to the Chukran, okay, go and buy the clothes, means he buy 100 crores clothes. But when you give the 100 crores to Ketu, means he make into a double. He won't spend a single money out of his packet. Because there was no greediness, there was no desires, there was nothing inside him. Even if he asks you to buy a clothes, means to buy very simple clothes, buy simple life. Ketu wants to live in a very simple home. Venus wants to simple in a very grand building. He wants to wear the cotton dress and he wants to wear a very grand dress. There is a difference. You understand this difference, right? So the tendency, what are the kind of the tendency they have in the individual that makes a personality? Is that okay?
Okay. Yes.
Let's go into third house. 1 second, I need the so I will put in a sharing group, something was coming in the box. Now let's see about the third house. Third house, we know about what the third house represents. It represents your aim, ambition, whatever you want to achieve in your life, the courage. And if you are interested in art, passion, communication here means in whatever the world which we are living, what kind of the communication, what mode of the communication which we are using, everything comes into communication here. It can be your telephone, it can be your pager, it can be your internet, whatever it is. At the any point in time, whichever the time you are living, what kind of the communication mode you are using comes under this third house. And your neighborhood and your colleagues, everything comes into the third house. Now let's see about the Ketu tendency. Now we understood about the Ketu. Ketu having the let go of the tendency. It wants to live a very, very simple life. Whatever it is, he or she want to live in a very simple life, and they don't want anything the grand thing in their life. They want to make it everything simplified. Everything simplified means everything. When they started their first day and their last day, they want to live in a very simplified way. So that kind of the Ketu was sitting in the third house. Then what it will be? Let's see about this. When the Ketu in the third house means it's a kind of good and bad. I'll tell you why. Ketu in the second house means these people who are wealthy, famous, and success in life. Then you ask the question, right? My house, my Ketu is in the third house, then I'm not wealthy and I'm not famous. I'm not success in life. Okay. One thing is there any graha combined with that? Okay, is there any graha aspecting that? Or what is the dasha buddhi was happening in your life? So everything you have to take into account to find out that one answer. So what we are seeing here, we are seeing only in a good happy situation. That is only Ketu present in it. None of the malefic graha was expecting, and it was the Ketu's plays the biggest role. That is what we are seeing here. And how come this Ketu in the third house become wealthy and famous and success in life? Because of the tendency which is in them, they have that achievement mentality. Whichever they want to achieve, they try to make. Okay, that was one important thing. The Ketu have a tendency want to achieve whatever in front of them, whatever they had a goal inside. In consider a situation, the Ketu want to get this Ketu significant person want to achieve a PhD degree in 3 years old. The Ketu in the second house makes him to do it. Definitely, that courage to give you to whatever the pleasure in their life, he avoid everything and he narrow down his energy into only one goal. He or she not involved in any kind of entertainment, or he or she won't waste the time. He works really hard, and that process this Ketu will enjoy. The Ketu in the third house will enjoy avoiding the grand thing in their life, living the simple life, and avoiding living from every kind of entertainment. The kind of the saint life, they love it. The kind of this very simplified life, they love it. They narrow down the desires, and that gives the greater courage. And they will finish the PhD in the year. Now, one more situation will come here. Imagine now, this is the situation when the Ketu was only present in the third house. Okay. Now we altered the situation a little bit. We consider this is the Meena Lagna, and Rishabha becomes a third house. Now, whatever which will come true, this is the scenario only. Okay, the PhD will be done in 3 years. Now, imagine a situation here: the moon was present, Chandra present along with the Ketu. Job done. Why? If the person was planning for a PhD, means if the Ketu only was present, whenever he or she had a thought, I want to do the PhD, means the day he have an entire plan. Start admission to the last day of the PhD, he have the entire plan in his hand. They will finish it. Okay, but now the Chandra combined in it. When the Ketu and the Chandra combination is a really bad combination. Why? Let's see that. Now this is a situation, this person wants to finish the PhD. And the moon was combined in it. Okay. And this is the, he wants to make this one as an admission date on some date. Imagine on the date 1, he want to make this admission date. Now the Ketu and the Chandran was combined. So the person will think, okay, this date, I may or may not be able to, there is a first process will come. I can do it PhD, I can't do it PhD, I want to do it PhD, is it worth it, that kind of n number of questions will come before deciding. Before deciding itself, it will take 5 years. Okay. Then one point in time, he decided, okay, I'm going to do it. Then the admission date is the next process. And he put his thesis or whatever it is. And that will take 2 years. And the admission, I want to put the admission, this college, this, that, and all. and that research and that kind of the stuff will go next 3 years. Okay. One point in time, he will thought like, okay, the PSC is not my cup of tea, and I don't need it because the Ketu have to let go of the energy. Okay, I don't need it. Then the Chandra will help him because it's pacifying him. Okay, you don't need it. There is another option for you. This kind of the situation may come across if the Ketu and the Chandra combined together. I'm giving as an example for the PhD. Same goes for the love marriage. Same goes for the father-mother relationship. Same goes for any relationship. Same goes for friendship. Same goes for business. Everything. When the Ketu and the Chandra combined, it is not good because the courage is not very well. The courage is, I would say, it was broken into pieces. When you attaching one pieces to another, you lose the energy altogether already. And if you're not taking action on that time, that's it. But courage will be again breaking into number of pieces. So then what is the suggestion? The Chandra and the Ketu present, what do you have to do? Have to take it. You should not think, first of all. You should not think. You should make everything into an action. Even if you are joining into one UG degree or PG degree, I'm giving an example as an education. It same thing goes for. If you are in a phase of before the marriage and you are deciding when to marry, not to marry. If you had a thought process, want to marry, go ahead and step into an action. Try not to stop. When the Ketu and the Chandra combined, if you making into a thinking process or thought process, that is one thing guaranteed, don't do it. And it won't be fruitful in your way. Even if it was done, it won't be fruitful what you desired. So what is the thing you have to do? When you don't think, step into an action. Okay, that is for the Ketu and the Chandra. Now get back into the Ketu in the second house. Sorry, third house. Okay. But the Ketu in the third house is also for the travel, short travel. I guess everyone remember. The Ketu in the second house, the travel is really beneficial for them and fruitful for them. When we imagine a situation, you have this Meena Lagna and the Rishabha is the Ketu in it. Whichever Graha present in it, it's not affecting them. The Graha present will give you the obstacles in a very, very different way. If the Ketu and Venus will present, that will give you the different obstacle. Ketu and Chandra will give you different obstacle. Ketu and Chandra will give you the obstacle at the mind level. Means you plan to travel on one day, and imagine you plan on the travel on the first of the month, and Chandra will make moon will makes you to change the day because this day is not good, and let's go for the 10th of that month. Then again the moon is in mind. Nothing. Moon is no mind. The mind will sway another time. Okay, let's decide on the 5th of the month. It should not be on the 1st, it should not be on the 10th, let's make it in the 5th. Okay, why we are going in the 1st of the week? Let's plan for the 5th or 15th of the week. Oh, no, the 15th is not good because it's the middle of the month. That kind of the situation, Ketu the Chandra will do. Okay, then goes with the Venus. Okay, the Venus will think in its own way, and same goes for the Mars, same goes for every other planet. Now, but whatever the thing, whichever the combination was present, the obstacle will be different. But when they are planning for the travel, when they are finishing the travel, they are definitely beneficial one or the other. How they will get beneficial? One thing, they really enjoy travel. Really means they really enjoy the travel. The travel gives that energy for them. When they met the people, they gives what are the things they need to get booster. They need to get booster in their aim, ambition, courage. They will get this kind of energy when they travel. It's like you're giving booster to them. So when you play a video game, there is a booster will come, right? Or else when you drink tea, you will feel like some kind of an energy surge in you, right? The same goes for when the Ketu in the third house people, when they travel, it's a kind of a booster to if they are really not in a good mood and ask them to go for a short trip. When they come back, they are completely regenerated. They are completely refreshed. The cells are refreshed. They feel like a new day for them. Okay. And importantly, at this point, you have to remember in a different way the relation with the younger brother. Here, one thing you have to remember is the relation with the younger sibling might get strained. If this is the base, then you might think, Manita, I have the king of second house, and I don't have the strained relationship with my younger siblings. I'm very, very good with them, and I'm so much attached to them. Okay, boss. Then what is the next question? Welcome. If your relationship is not strained and you have a good relationship, okay, then you have to spend. Now the expense will be to them. Okay, okay. Whichever the Bhava, which is in the it is in the third house, right? If this is what's not happening, your younger sibling relationship not explained, then it will affect in either way. What is that? One is the wealth. Your wealth will be destroyed, or you will spend most of the expenses to one or the other way to your brother, or you may destroy all your wealth because of your brother. But then, if the relationship is not strained, it means the wealth will strain. If the wealth will not strain, it means then it will affect the health. So either this, right, or you say, okay, either in the second house do its job. No matter what, it will do its job. If you are having a good relationship, then it will touch your money, your wealth. One or the other way, you will spend your wealth towards your younger siblings. Okay, that will happen. If that was not happening, then it will touch the health. Okay. This all for whatever we saw until here, it was like good and bad. Now we'll see an interesting. These people are really pious and God-loving person. They, if you met n number of the people, Ketu in the third house. They won't say there is no God. They can't say there is no God. Because when the Ketu in the second house means, third house means the wisdom is really high. They believe there is a higher power. They believe there is a God, goddesses. They believe there is a higher energy. Without them, they can't live. You may argue with them n number of points. They won't have a single bit of idea about there is no God. They believe there is a God, and you can't live without them. That kind of the pious this people's are. They are a God-loving person. In a one simple word, God-loving person. And Ketu in the third house was a God-loving person. Anybody having Ketu in the third house? No? Yes, no?
No, ma'am.
He was understanding or not, or
No, we don't have. But Marita, one question: if the moon is debilitated there, so what would be the thing? You said moon's influence on Ketu is there, but if the moon is already debilitated,
okay, what is the question here? Which is moon?
no, you talked about the this is Vasanti here. You talked about the combination of Ketu and moon, and because it keeps the mind unstable, like to take a proper decision. So what I'm saying, if the moon is debilitated in that particular house, I'm just taking an example, offhand example. So if the moon is exalted or debilitated, so exalted it can have greater influence, and debilitated it will have lesser influence. That is the question.
Okay. Whether what is exalted, what is a debilitated? Exalted means it is going to give you the full amount of the energy towards you. But when it was the moon was debilitated or exalted, when combined with the Ketu, no matter what, it will happen. Whether it is exalted or debilitated, when combined with the Ketu means this will happen. It makes you to sway your mind.
Okay, that was the question.
And it makes you to up and down. One point at a time, you feel like, okay, I decided this. Yeah, I'm good with this decision. Then another minute itself, you doubt about your decision. This is not good for me, and I make a wrong decision. And another thing, another minute, another hour, it was like that. The mind will sway like anything, and it goes ups and downs.
True.
the people will say that you're in the cat on the wall. They always have one. If there was a prominent thing happening in your life, they can't take one decision. They always in the middle of a wall. Can I take this one, or can I take this one, or this is good for me? Really, this is good for me. Too good for me. And they won't take the decision all the way, and they miss the right time, and they another prominent thing happening in their life. The another same pattern will come. Okay, I have this decision. I have this decision. Which one I can make? Both the things are good for me, but they can't take the decision. When the Ketu and the Moon was combined together, they're taking the decision and moving forward in their life. It more easy for them. Yeah, lucky or unlucky for them, either whatever the prominent thing happening in their life, it comes with 2 or 3 choices.
Yeah, true.
They always go with, okay, I want this, I want that. Oh, both are good for me. I'm good with both the things. I'm this, I'm that. But end of the day, they won't take the decision. Any Ketu in
No, I am a living example. That's why I asked.
oh, you are the okay. Where it was for you?
So, like, I have Moon and Ketu along with Mars, which is my in the 5th house, not in the 3rd house, 5th house. That is.
Ketu, Moon in the 5th house.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a different story. We'll come to
Oh.
that.
But still, I do have this wavering problems sometimes while shopping and everything. So suddenly I'll take one, but then when I come to the counter, I leave
When the Ketu and Moon combined, right, it will come.
something. So some similarities are there. What you said, that's why I asked. Debilitated, so that's why the question was I asked. So that with that also have an influence. So that was.
Every time it will happen. You may also wonder why it was happening. Because
I really go through that kind of situation. So that's why.
So one interesting thing I will tell you. See, for you only, you will have that kind of the wavering mind, or this one, or I can jump into this one. You're always staying in the middle of the wall. But when somebody come and ask you, and this is my problem, I have this 2 situations, which one I can choose? You given a very great answer for them, and they will thankful for you for their entire life. But when you give a decision to another, you are really a master. But when you take a decision for yourself, you are not even a good for yourself. But you are very much good to other people. You come across a situation like this when you have some people come and ask you which suggestion.
Yeah.
And that will mark you like anything, because you may think like, I give a good decision to others. Why I can't take decision?
But for me, doesn't. Yeah. What you said is right.
Yeah, that is the Ketu and the Moon combination. So one suggestion here is, if you have a Ketu and Moon combination in your chart,
I don't know. I need to overcome.
Yeah, don't think, just do. Don't think too much. If you think too much for yourself, you won't think. Okay, let's move into
True.
Yeah,
that's choices.
Yeah. Let's come into Ketu in the 4th. Ketu, we already about it. It have the mentality of achievement, accomplishment. Why that kind of the achievement, accomplishment come into the Ketu's mindset? Because it didn't have the greediness. It wants to live a simple life. It wants to let go of everything. Even it is a health, wealth, a relationship, I don't want anything. Okay? Whatever I want to do, I want to do it's very good. That's kind of the mentality Ketu was. Now the 4th house. 4th house is the mother, asset, ability to nurture others. You want building a social environment, everything comes under the 4th house. Now, this is a very bad house. When it comes for the Ketu, it's not a good when the Ketu is in the 4th house. Why? They experience tough life in everywhere. Want to socially, professionally, everything. The relationship, it gets strained everywhere. If you turn left, right, wherever way you go, you take one step, that's it. Your job done. Everything is a tough for them. The relationship you can't maintain for any point in time in your life. Any kind of a relationship, even it is immediate relationship or relationship with your friends, families, it's really tough for you. Even if it can't even come along or Who work together with your colleagues. It's too tough for you. You can't lead the team. You can't lead any kind of a job in even a simple things also. It's really tough for you. In a simple word, it is really a tough life. Okay. And fourth house is for the mother. Is that good for them? No. The mother may have number of the health issues. Mother tells very often. It depends upon the mother's health condition and on her birth chart itself. But when the son or the daughter having the fourth house Ketu, it's not good for his or her mother. Okay, it's not good. Okay, let's move on into another thing. Okay, this one we already saw that. Or relation. Okay, if the health of the mother is one point, you always have to be noted when we say the third house Ketu, there is a strained relationship with his younger sibling. If that was not happening, definitely it will be strained on the health of the younger sibling. Now, for the fourth house is your mother. If your mother is really good and mother health is really good, means definitely the other thing with what it have to touch the relationship. Relationship may be strained. These both works together. If one thing was not happening, the other thing definitely will happen. See, if your mother was in a good health condition, then their relationship between you and your mother is not good. Okay? So suppose in case if the Ketu in the fourth house, if your mother and your relationship is not good, okay, leave it like that. Let's go and live with the life like that, because at least your mother's health will be good, right? One important point about the Ketu in fourth house is most of the time they are away from the motherland. Wherever they are born, they are away from the motherland. It is true for everybody. Anybody who is having Ketu in fourth house?
Yeah, madam. I got
Awesome. Tell me that.
fourth house. That is from Simha. It is fourth place, but combined with Mercury.
Okay. Ketu
Mercury
along
is
with Mercury.
fourth house, but whatever they said here, it is 100% true. Except that relations and all, but away always from motherland. Tough life.
Yeah, it's a tough life.
Yeah.
How is your relationship between your mother and?
Yeah, it was good. Good.
Mother's relationship is good. How is her health?
What, madam? Pardon?
Health of your mother?
No, she's no more. She's no more. She was ailing only. Yeah. Manita, this Mercury is there, no? He will give any support for me in that? Mercury
Okay, what is the Mercury will do for you? What does the Mercury represent in your relationship? Tell me.
It is wisdom, this one, intelligence and all.
Okay, what is the Mercury for? Okay, now we know Mars is for the husband. If it is for the female Jatakam, Mars is for husband. If it for male Jatakam, Mars is for the younger sibling, right? Same goes for Chukran. Chukran is for the women around you. For the male Jataka, it is for the wife. For what is the Mercury will do? What is the Mercury represents? Relationship in your life.
I forgot.
Ketu is your grand. Anybody?
Pardon?
I'm asking anybody remember what is the Mercury is for? Everybody forgot. Okay.
Intelligence. Intelligence.
No, Mercury is for intelligence. That is for your the emotion kind of stuff, what kind of the strength you have. I'm asking about the relation. The Ketu is for the maternal level grandfather, right? Rahu is for paternal level. Ketu is Rahu is for paternal level grandfather. Now the Mercury is for which relationship you can remember?
Uncles and friends.
Uncles and friends. Okay. Then when the Ketu is combined, the same thing will come. There can be the tough relationship with your friends. There can be the tough relationship with your uncle. So you when you are combined with the Ketu and the Mercury, you can combine with the relationship of combined with the Ketu. Maybe your uncle health may not be good. How is that?
Yeah.
If you didn't have an uncle, you don't need to think about it. Because
I had an uncle. and he was a bit really, yeah, he had some problem. Ketu, health
Then
problem.
that is represented here. When the Ketu combined with any of the graha, that relationship will be represented. Ketu along with the Mercury means that represented the relationship also gets spoiled. One thing is their health may get stressed or the relationship. When you say your mother's was good means, here what it was saying, if the Ketu was only in the 4th house means, then the health of the mother will not go.
Okay.
Now you don't have now for you the Sinma Lagna, Ketu along with the Mercury was there. So now
Yeah.
you don't need
Yeah.
to think about your mother, you have to think about the relationship of the Graha present in it.
Okay.
If that Graha, then you have to think about, okay, then that relationship may strained or the health is not good for that person. But then you away from your motherland,
Yeah.
10 years. The tough life means because these people, the Ketu people, was think in a different way, entirely different way. Whatever the others people will think, these people will think in one more direction, and they will think in that way. In that direction, nobody will be there.
Okay.
Because everybody was here, the Ketu people wants to be alone. One tendency the Ketu will have. The Ketu always want to be alone. Ketu always have leader, lead anything in to be handled himself or herself. So that is why they are not mingle with the people's works professionally or mingle with the relationship in this who have home office. So that's why it becomes a tough life for them because of the Ketu's energy. It won't allow you to the group work. They can't join together with anybody.
Okay.
They can't find a fault. They can't speak diplomatically. So that's why every relationship gets strained.
Okay. Okay.
It
This is
should-
also correct. Nurturing others. This ability to nurturing others. That's also correct. Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, now we'll finish it with the 5th house. Okay, now Ketu in the 5th. Ketu is for the progeny, 5th house is for the progeny, I mean the children, your intellect, creativity, amusement, speculation related stuff, and whatever the childlike activities we feel, everything comes under the Ketu in 5th house. For anybody which is having the Ketu in the 5th house, if Ketu was present, definitely the struggle will be there. Because the 5th house is for the children, the progeny would be an issue, major issue, will be happening just like. For the female chart, if you see the Ketu in the 5th house, you can blindly say the difficulty in bearing a child itself, and particularly if it was the first child, it is really difficult for. And interestingly, these people are really hard work. All the hardworking means no one can beat them. They are really hardworking people. And if you are involving in a share market or gambling or any kind of this stuff which is having a speculation in nature, and this is good for you, very much good for you. If you are seeing a chart which is having the Ketu only, remember Ketu only, and it's good for speculation related business. Okay. There is a higher possibility, particularly the digestive enzymes issue will come. Why? The Ketu will give you a different kind of an energy towards your digestive enzymes. Sometimes it won't produce, sometimes it produce in a very high level, and it sufficient for your body, it won't sufficient for your body weight. Kind of number of health issues will come, particularly related with the digestive enzymes. Okay. Someone said who's having the Ketu in the 5th house.
It's me, Vanita. I have Ketu in the 5th house.
Which one is matching for you? Which one is not?
I don't. Difficult is only during the confine. I think during the labor. That was that much. I am hardworking, that is there, but I don't know about speculations. Not much I have dealt with because my husband takes care of all finance, so I really don't know on that. But health issues, touch wood, so far I'm okay, good.
Okay, good. Okay, now let's see
But
about
I do have Moon and Mars in the same place.
that's it a lot. Okay, which is your Lagna? Which is your Lagna? Lagna?
Lagna is Lagna is this one. What is that? Our Karka Lagna.
So Vrikshika Rasi, Ketu and the Moon in Vrikshika.
Yeah, that's so both are there. Mars and Moon along with Ketu. All three are sitting in the Vrishika Rasi.
Here, when the moon was debilitated, it means it somewhat helps you. But imagine a situation when the moon is not debilitated, it was in the normal houses. That means the thinking process will be really high. Think 1,000 thoughts at 1 minute. No one can match with you. You will somebody will can able to work only and if they can't able to think. But you have an ability. You can think also. You can do the work also because the hand do its job. Your mind will do its job.
Yeah, that I'm fast. That I agree.
Because the Ketu moon combination will do that stuff only. They think very fast because the moon plays the biggest role. The moon will lead you like anything. Why you don't have an health issues? Maybe because of the moon present. Okay, that too, and the moon was debilitated. That will give you an energy. Will produce the digestive system correctly. That's why you may not have a health issue.
Okay.
So if anything was compensated, if anything was present, that's why I always say this is the combination when you have only Ketu in the fifth house. Your progeny will become a problem. You are having difficult birth, bearing a child, hardworking, and good for speculation. This all good. Okay, now
But one thing is true, I never conceived the second time. So even we tried, but we didn't have a second child. So only one child, my daughter. That's all I have. That also, yeah. Maybe that slightly somewhere that influence is there. I don't know, but yeah, that probably something adds up there. I don't know.
But wherever the graha was placed in it, that do its job no matter what. But there should be some kind of a here and there. Sometimes the graha will do its job 100%. Sometimes the graha will do it 10%. Maybe the percentage will be different, but the graha wherever it is present, it do its job no matter what.
Yeah.
Maybe some kind of the karma what we did, it can be reduced a little bit, or whatever the karma we did very clearly, that is also reflected in our chart. Then Ketu and moon combination will apply on you 100%.
Okay.
Okay. Then we go ahead.
I have another chart, Ketu alone, and aspected by Mars and Saturn.
Which house, which lagna it is?
Cancer again, and
okay, and Ketu in only in Vrikshika, right?
Yeah, aspected by Mars and Saturn.
Mars is that. Okay.
Mars is in Mesha and Saturn is in. Saturn is in Vrishabha. Yeah.
Saturn is in Vrishabha. Mars is in Mesha. Like that. Which one is yes for him or her? Which one is no?
Yeah, very young. So first two ones don't know. Hardworking, yes. Speculation probably just started working. So just started with this. Can't say much about that. Health issues, yeah. Sometimes, very rarely get some, digestion issues. Not a regular.
Okay, the digestion issues is not that much. Awesome. Because you have an aspect of the Mars, then the digestive enzyme, which is okay. This is the story which we have to be learning some other day. When the Mars aspect will also give you the good energy in your body. Now here the combination which we can see Ketu and the Mars combination, Ketu and the Saturn combination. So that may eliminate this kind of the health issue with the digestion. But you may think like, oh, that was eliminated. he comes in a different way. Because the Ketu Mars combination is here, Ketu Saturn combination is here. That combination will be different. We'll see that also. When the Ketu on Mars, Ketu and the Saturn, what it will do. But wherever the Graha will present, it will be do its job. So what are the precautions we have to do? From here onwards, you add the one more line into your prayer, saying that what is his or her age?
20s.
20, 20.
20, 20, 22.
22. So even if because when the Ketu was in the fifth house, they say about the seventh. Any graha in the seventh house?
Seventh house, moon.
Okay, that's then if the Ketu was in the fifth house, add one more line into the prayer all the time. Go to the Guru temple, give a donation to the child. That means when you give the donation, the child will definitely below the age of the 12, 1 to 0 to 12. So give the donation to the child. Wherever possible, whenever possible, give food or a note or but you should not give to the children who are already have flourished in their birth. You have to give the donation to the peoples, particularly the Annadanam or whatever it is, to give to the children which are really in a needy position. If that was done, then the progeny would be an issue. The bearing child will be completely reduced. Your karma will be cleansed. Every point in time, whenever doing a prayer, just add one more line to give a good birth. Maybe some girls may not be interested in that, but if they are interested, if you want to have that kind of the healthy thing, add one more line into their prayer. The bearing a child should not be difficult in their life. So once they do it, if they are believe in the God and goddesses, ask them to protect them in their journey. So that will be easy. But particularly when the Ketu and fifth house, it's very, very good when you give a donation to the children below 12 years.
Oh, okay. So we have to add that extra prayer plus the donation to the below 12 years kids, right?
Yeah, that will give you the strength in their body. There are the many things will do this point in time. Because when you know this one, your karma will, when you understand your karma will be erased slowly, steadily. But when you do this kind of the good karmas, whichever the bad karma which you did in your past life, it will be banished or slowly away from you. But when the Ketu in the fifth house means, it clearly says that some amount of the karma which we did in the past, it be carried away to this our birth also. So how you can eliminate it? You can eliminate by the prayers, you can eliminate by the donations. So in that way, but when you are giving the donation, it should be full-hearted. You should not be giving in such a way that your bhava should be important. Whenever you give only one pen, one notebook to the needy children also, you should be given such a person, such a way that I'm giving this donation to this child for his good one, for his good education. So the bhava is very important. When you do that, the karma will be cleansed automatically. So you can see that. Then you may think like, when I have a Ketu in fifth house and she got a very good share, then I can understand. Okay, when the people will say like this to me, right? I have the Ketu in about fifth house and my first child was born very easily. What is that saying? It's clearly saying whatever the karma which you born on this lifetime, it was cleansed completely, maybe because of your prayers, because of your mother's prayers, because of your grandparents' prayers, because of whatever the good deed they did. It comes along with it's not only the heredity, the inheritance comes like this, the inheritance also comes this way as a blessing. You may also get blessing from the different peoples, knowingly or unknowingly. They will cleanse the karma just like that. So if you bow down to any of the gurus or bow down to any of the saints, you feel that they cleanse your karma with your one blessing. You may accidentally come across that person, you get the blessing. And that's why when you see the Ketu in the fifth house, and you may say that the people say, no, my first child was born very easily. It was a normal delivery. That clearly shows that with a blessing, you cleansed your karma. You did your job very clearly, very cleverly, and that's good. That's a blessing. That's a blessing from the universe. So once you know this, you do this kind of a thing, then the blessing comes in one or other way. And if the ancestral blessing is also blocked, that will be go away, and you get the ancestral blessing as well. Then everything comes in place. And the one day you will say, my Ketu in fifth house, then I have my first child very easily born. It's a normal delivery. That's a good one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, will happen.
Thank you. Thank you, Nita.
Okay, now we'll close the session here. See you all
Thank
next
you,
week.
Anita.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vinita.